Today, we're going to talk about how to support our LGBTQ plus students in college.
Welcome to More Human, More Kind, the podcast helping parents of LGBTQ plus kids move from fear to fierce allyship and feel less alone and more informed so you can protect what matters, raise brave kids, and spark collective change. I'm Heather Hester. Let's get started.
Welcome to More Human, More Kind. I'm Heather Hester, and I'm so glad you're joining me for this incredibly important episode. The transition to college is huge for students and for parents. And for LGBTQ plus students, that transition can be equal parts freeing and terrifying. Whether your teen is stepping into new independence or still exploring their identity, heading off to college means new routines, new communities, and new risks. And it requires new kinds of support. In today's conversation, you'll gain practical steps to help your LGBTQ plus teen prepare for a safe and affirming college experience. Tools for navigating campus systems like housing, healthcare, mental health support, and of course, academics. And ways for you as a parent or caregiver to stay connected while respecting their independence. So let's get into it. Leaving home and starting college is a really big emotional and logistical leap. It can be even more so for LGBTQ plus students who may be navigating identity questions, safety concerns, and social dynamics all at the same time. This transition might look like living with a roommate who may or may not be affirming, navigating new names and pronouns in the registration process, or on class rosters and on ID cards. They may be wondering whether professors, RAs, or healthcare providers are inclusive. And they may be feeling both freedom and fear when it comes to self-expression. If your teen is newly out or still exploring their identity, college might feel like an opportunity to fully become themselves. It could also be a pressure cooker of expectations. Your role as their parent or ally to offer tools and trust. Before they go, help them research the LGBTQ plus center, the student services, or look for inclusive clubs at the school. Most have them, even if they're really small. Talk about safety plans. What will they do or what would they do if they feel unsafe in a dorm or a classroom or walking to and from their classroom to their dorm? Who can they talk to on campus? Where are the safety points? Normalize mental health care. Encourage setting up therapy appointments or joining support groups early. Even the most therapy positive kids have a tough time with this one. So don't feel discouraged if your teen pushes back. Continue to gently suggest it. Virtual options can be a super helpful compromise. The last thing either of you want is to be looking for support in the middle of a crisis. And pack with purpose. Make lists ahead of time, lots and lots of them, and include items that feel affirming to your teen, like books, art, pride pins, blankets, framed photos, comfort clothing. Let them lead this process. Colleges vary widely in their level of LGBTQ plus inclusion and support. Even the most progressive campuses can have gaps. So it's worth helping your teen understand how to advocate for themselves and where to find or look for backup services. When it comes to housing, ask about gender inclusive housing options. Many schools offer this, but do not advertise it well. If there aren't options, encourage your teen to speak with housing staff about their concerns. Some schools can make quiet accommodations. And then finally, encourage your child to use their chosen name and pronouns as soon as they feel comfortable. When it comes to health and counseling services, make sure your child knows how to access campus counseling and check whether they offer LGBTQ plus affirming care. Ask if they need to submit paperwork in advance, especially if they're continuing HRT or mental health care. You want them to keep as much of a routine when it comes to caring for both their mental and physical health. And finally, help them locate the nearest off campus queer friendly providers just in case they need some alternatives. You can use tools like OutCare Health to find LGBTQ plus competent providers by location. And I will, of course, link this in the show notes. When it comes to student records and names, many schools allow students to use a chosen name on rosters, email, and ID. So help your child ask how to make those changes. Ensure their legal documents for healthcare, financial aid, etc., are up to date and stored safely. A shared Google Doc with key information like insurance, provider contacts, medications, emergency numbers. This can be a really, really good resource for both of you. Here comes the hard one, the balance between supporting and hovering. This is difficult. It is delicate, and it is imperative to find the balance as soon as possible. Your teen needs to know you're still their soft place to land without feeling like you're watching their every move. This is so, so important. If you find that you can't resist the urge to track them on the daily, delete whatever app you are using for a few weeks until you can regulate properly. Talk early about how often they'd like to talk, or text, or FaceTime, and be open to shifting that rhythm over time. Celebrate who they are and who they are becoming, not just what they're doing. Ask them open ended questions like, what are you proud of yourself for right now? What new music are you listening to? Or what's something you learned about yourself this week that surprised you? Small gestures definitely matter. A handwritten note in their suitcase, a surprise Venmo for coffee, a book or a playlist that says, I'm thinking about you. Send care packages with a random mix of items. You don't need to spend a lot of money. Little notes, a gift card for coffee or Chipotle, an item they forgot at home, their favorite treat. I could go on and on. I love putting together a fun care package, and my kids love the surprises. I still send them to Connor because you're never too old for a little spoiling from home, right? What you want to do your best to avoid is pressure laced check ins like, are you making friends yet? Or what plans do you have for the weekend? Instead, try things like, I hope you're feeling safe. Or if things feel a bit chaotic right now, that's normal for any kind of major life transition. And going off to college is certainly that. And if they're struggling, don't panic, but also don't ignore it. If your teen is showing signs of anxiety, isolation, or distress, encourage them to access on campus support and offer to help find outside care. Normalize the big feelings they may be having. Validate what they tell you and ask them what they need from you. Remind them that asking for help is a strength, not a weakness. So now it's time for our listener query segment. This is your official invitation to reach out with your LGBTQ question or comment or curiosity or myth that you've heard. Today's listener query is the myth that if we allow LGBTQ plus marriage, anyone wanting to be married can have any meaningful relationship defined as marriage. This is what's known as the slippery slope argument, which suggests that allowing same sex marriage will somehow lead to the collapse of marriage as a meaningful institution. The argument often includes extreme examples like marriage to children or pets, but this argument is based on fear and misinformation. Marriage laws already define that it must be between two consenting adults. This prevents polygamy, marriage to minors, or any other scenarios that critics might raise. The law is clear that marriage must involve mutual consent, equality, and legal competency. The issue at hand with same sex marriage is simply the ability of two people who love each other, regardless of gender, to have their relationship recognized legally. The truth is, same sex marriage does not change the fundamental definition of marriage. It simply extends the legal right to marry to LGBTQ plus individuals, ens- ensuring they have the same protections and benefits as heterosexual couples. By definition, marriage will always be between two consenting adults. No more, no less. Allowing LGBTQ plus couples to marry doesn't change the essence of marriage. It strengthens it by ensuring that everyone has the right to marry the person they love. Today, we covered what LGBTQ plus students face when starting college, how to prepare them for housing, healthcare, and other potential tripping points, and how to stay connected as a steady, affirming presence. College is a huge transition and a time of becoming. For LGBTQ plus students, it holds the potential to not only be liberating, but life changing. When we offer tools, trust, and unshakable love, we help them begin their next chapter in the best possible way, prepared and grounded. Let your child know that they are not stepping into this next phase alone. You are always with them in their heart and in spirit, in every class, every conversation, and every new beginning. Thank you for being here today, for caring so deeply, and for doing the work to grow alongside your child. New episodes drop every Tuesday and Friday, so follow or subscribe to keep learning and evolving with me. I am in the process of creating the Parenting with Pride companion journal, and I would love to hear from you. Your valuable insights and feedback will shape the journal's design and content and create a meaningful resource for parents and allies. As a thank you, all survey participants will be entered into a raffle for a chance to win a $50 Amazon gift card. This optional survey is linked in the show notes. If you know a parent of a college-bound LGBTQ plus student, send them this episode. It might be just the reassurance they need right now. Until next time, take a deep breath, love big, and trust the journey.